Morning troops, another day, another river. Just got set up and it started raining, so I had to rearrange my swim, my unhooking station and everything. So I'm tucked away in a little corner. It's a very tight swim. If it wasn't raining, I'd have been up the top of the bank. But as it is, stuck down here, low level, as you can see. We've got 3 rods out. Left hand rod, whole sardine, single curved hook, size 4 micro barb, floating dead bait, float fish dead bait. The dead bait ain't floating, obviously, the dead bait's tight on the deck, but middle rod, whole herring, again a single curved hook, and a right hand rod, there's a whole mackerel, again single curved hook. Got about 4 foot of water out there, with the 2 margin rods are in about 3 foot of water. The rod in the mid channel, that's in 4 foot of water. That's as deep as it gets. I'll have to check the weather. I didn't even know rain was forecast today. I know it said it was going to be cloudy, but I know, what did I say last time I was out in the rain? Never trust the weather, man. Yeah, so we've got 3 rods out. Usual tactics: float fished, dead baits on the deck, single curved hooks. Now, I've fished this stretch quite a few times now. I've only had 1 fish out of it. I've never had 3 runs out of it. I've convinced myself monsters lie beneath, so I'm hoping that's going to be the case. That's very close in, that right hand margin rod, just off the bank of reeds. Same as the left hand rod, and then the right and the middle rod is out in the centre channel. Obviously I can move them around, change the distances. Can't see my left hand rod from here, as I say, I'm tucked behind a hawthorn tree under an umbrella, skulking. Speak to you soon, troops. I'm going to have some breakfast. Let's have a proper good morning, troops, eh? Cowering under this brolly. Yeah, it stopped raining. It's supposed to be in for a couple of hours. Conditions wise, above, it's exactly how I'd want it. So this drain is gin clear all the time, so you know, unless it's got a bit of colour. We've had a bit of rain, but there's still not much colour, and it's gin clear in the margins. A little bit of weed, not a lot. Last time I fished it a couple of weeks ago, well, the old cutting boats were going up, weed cutters, the orange devils, up and down, weren't they? So, but yeah, so we're here. We've got 3 rods out. Been fishing about an hour. Yes. This place doesn't give much away. There's no visual signs of any pike chasing fire or anything like that. There's no silverfish topping. It's going to be hard work this morning. You know, I'll stick it out. I'll give it a good 5 hours. I'll stick it out till midday. If I ain't had anything by midday, I shall up sticks and go out somewhere onto a local water, see if I can catch some fish in the afternoon. You know, it's but I've got to put some hours in on here, but I don't want to put a whole day just sitting there blanking. This time of year, you know, it's dark at 4:30. So, you know, if I leave here, it's I've got a mile walk back to the car with all my gear. So, you know, I mean, I ain't gonna get, if I leave here at, you know, if I start back up at 12, I ain't gonna be fishing till 1:15, 1:30. That gives me 3 hours in the afternoon to try and catch some fish. So touch and go, could be 11 o'clock. Well, we'll see how the morning goes. You know, you never can tell. You could be sitting there thinking, oh God, and it could be a session from the gods, but yeah, you don't know. So all you can do is do what you know works, present your baits, get ready, and hopefully the fishing gods will be smiling on us. Let's see if we can catch some fish. This water, it looks pike heaven, it really does to me. There's the left hand rod. Just in front of that bed of reeds. And say there's a whole sardine there. A little swap around. There's the middle rod's a bit further out, 3/4 way across now. That's got a whole joey mackerel on. I swapped over the left and right rods. So that's got a whole mackerel 3/4 of the way across. And the right hand rod is down that, right in front of that reed bed. And wherever I've had runs on here, they've been in the margins, just off the reed bed. The only fish I ever caught was 3/4 of the way across. So you can see where I'm going with this, can't you? But yeah, to me it looks like it'll do a fish. It really does. So the baits are in the water. I ain't had nothing in half hour or so. I shall boost them with some oil. Let's see if we can catch some fish. Well, troops, decision time. Approaching 4 hours in the swim. Not a touch. No encouragement. No signs of fish. If you stand up, I'll keep very low. If you stand up, the water's that clear, you can see your baits. I thought, you know, with the overcast conditions it'd be a lot better. We've had plenty of rain this week. I was hoping there was a nice tinge. And here come the jets, just as I start to talk. Yeah, so it's a case of still too clear the water for my liking. You know, I was hoping for a bit of colour in there. There's none. So decision time. I think I'll gonna wrap up my old march back to the car and get somewhere where I've got a chance of catching some fish, because it's as I say, it's gin clear. I can see my baits if I stand up. I was hoping the overcast conditions and the rain would have put a bit of colour in there, but it hasn't. So normally, you know, every run I've had on this drain has come first thing. You know, if you happen to get on a swim, not too much disturbance, and there's fish there, you'll get a run or two. But there's nothing here at the moment, and you can't move around, you can't do anything. You've got to be very low, which I don't mind, you know what I mean, a bit of stealth, but you know, it's approaching 4 hours now and nothing. So I'll be back though. This drain won't beat me. I'm going to keep coming back because, you know, historically there's been some nice fish in here. Don't know if don't know if they are now, but you can only try. Let's get ready. Let's go on a march. Here we go, the long march back. Well, morning troops. It's still morning. I've decided to call it a day on my drain, on my little project. But you know, I had 4 hours on there. Still gin clear. The river, it's got a lovely little tinge to it. So, but yeah, that drain crystal clear. I didn't think I was going to catch anything there. So you know, I put a couple more hours in under the belt. Maybe I'll get paid back later for them. You never know. It could be one of those ones where I'm flogging a dead horse, but you don't know till you try. Yeah, so we're out on the main river. I've come to a free stretch today. Yeah, if you're going to fish free venues like this, you can need a tetanus boost or a tetanus jab if you ain't had one already. Crap, broken cans, beer cans, Red Bull cans, everywhere, corn tins. You know what I mean? So obviously someone's been camped out here the summer. You know what I mean? You know, it's milk cartons, everything. You know, it's alright, you can say what you want about certain type of people, certain type of anglers, but why would you leave shit on the banks? Excuse my French, but you know, even for your own well-being, you know, if you're sitting there, even if you're sitting there, why would you want to sit in your own filth and you expect other people to sit in it? I'll tell you what, if I saw someone doing it in front of me, I'd knock them spark out. Anyway, moan over. I've tidied it all up, put it all in a black bin bag, in the boot of the car, and go home with me. Jesus. Yeah, let's catch some fish. Let's have a look at this river. Well, I haven't fished this swim for about, what, at least 10 years. I was setting up, a sparrow hawk flew just over my head, and I was actually filming myself casting out and setting up, so I quickly checked it out. It was just too high, just out of shot. I was gutted. Yeah, right over my head. I mean, I'm not joking, just six foot. That was it. Yes, here we are. This is the stretch. It's free fishing. All you need is your Environment Agency rod licence. See if we can find this float. I can see it right in front of me, but can I find it on the camera? Always my problems. Here we are. Left hand rod. Whole Joey mackerel. Boosted with sardine and anchovy oil. It's in 9.5 foot of water. Middle rod, whole herring. Also boosted with oil. That's in same sort of depth, 9 foot of water. And the right hand rod, if we can find it, there she is, down the right hand margin, only 2 rod lengths out. Again, that's in about 8-9 foot of water. Let's have a cup of coffee. I've worked my socks off getting here, packing up and moving and everything, so I'm going to have myself a nice cup of coffee and dunk a few biscuits. So we just had a run on that middle rod, whole Joey mackerel, an abortive run. Yeah, I picked the bait up. I saw the line twitching before any movement. Got in position, took some line out, float sunk, and then came straight back up. Fish gone. So now they're riggy. Feel a bit of resistance, they're going to drop the bait, or whether it's just a small stuff picking it up and eyes are bigger than its belly. Well, there's nothing's come back to it yet. I had to reel it in, check, make sure the bait was still on. It was, so I've recast it out, but at the moment, no joy. Well, ain't panned out as I hoped this afternoon. Had that one tentative abortive run where it picked up the Joey mackerel and dropped it, and that's it. Went through the stage for about half hour, 40 minutes, where I couldn't even keep a bait in the water because there's so much stuff coming downstream. But that's the way it goes on a natural venue. I mean, you've got to put up with the rough and the smooth. Got the baits back in now. You know, it's like a mill pond. The wind's dropped right off. Not unhappy with everything, you know, left hand rod, right hand rod, plenty of clear spots, baits presented well. The right hand rods give me a bit of ache, doesn't matter where I put it. It's just a mountain of weed. Doesn't matter, in, close, down the track, pumped out, far, you know, no matter where I put that right hand rod, I'm in weed. So that one's bugging me a little bit. The middle and the left rod, they're fine, you know, plenty of clear water for them everywhere I've tried. Just hasn't happened yet. Got 2 hours of daylight left. I'm hoping for a bite. Hoping for a fish. But you know, if they're there, they'll take the bait and run. That's the, I mean, we'll be in. But just gotta wait. Seagulls looking around for me deads. They can spot an angler a mile off, them seagulls. Yeah, so we've ain't had the greatest of days yet, but ain't had the worst of days either. You know, we've got tales of woe. Sessions from hell. I mean, once I even was going piking. This was years ago. On the North Level, and I was in such a rush. Boom, got there, pulled up, getting my gear out of the car. No rods. No bloody rods. Left the house without any rods, so load the car back up. Lucky, I mean, I was only living about 10-15 minutes away from the North Level at the time, so it weren't too bad, but yeah. So it ain't been the worst day in the world, but ain't been the best either. So let's see if we can catch something. Well, it's almost dark now, troops. Last chance saloon. Just hoping to get a run before it gets dark. Soon be time to pack up. If you got all the way to the end, thanks for watching. Can't always be full on action. Sometimes the fish win. I think today has been one of them days. Thanks for watching, guys. See you again on the bank real soon.